Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back for another video. We all know the deal now when it comes to fusions. We finish one, and then bam, we get hit with the Titan event. Now, luckily, nowadays we know to expect this because, well, we get it pretty much every time. But unfortunately, it is Plarium's just kind of smart way of just picking away at our resources so that when we go into the next fusion, we're all in a position where we think, damn, I might actually have to spend some money. So, yep, sit back, enjoy it. We're going to go through what makes this good, what makes it not so good, and maybe some stuff that you might be able to avoid. Quick heads up before we start, if you want to try the free-to-play life, maybe just recommend this game to a friend. There's a promo link. It's going to be waiting down in the pinned comment as well as the description of this video. Here's how to make it work. You'll want to log out of Plarium Play and uninstall on your PC. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Launch raid, complete your tutorial, go to your inbox and claim your first free champions. Like I say, this is a good one. It will give you the likes of Elenaril, Fayne, Uugo and Tagoar as you level up your account. Don't miss it, the link is below. So let's talk about the good things, the good parts of this Titan event. Obviously a 5-star soul is up for grabs for Donny. However, and I'm going to say this needs to be said first. If it was a DPS champion, I would probably be all over a 5-star soul. The blessing bonuses you get as well as the stats along the way are incredibly helpful to just making the character viable enough to use in late game content. However, when it comes to a support based champion, I think what you're essentially doing is losing a lot of resource along the way. And all I mean by that is, let's find Donny. I was so lucky I actually managed to pull a 5-star soul for him today out of the event that's going on in the Ultra of Souls, so that's actually made my life incredibly easy. However, let's look at what you actually get for a 5-star soul. The main thing really is going to be the stats. Now, Donatello doesn't need accuracy, he doesn't need crit damage, and he doesn't need attack. So, you know, 3 of the 6 stats that you're getting are kind of wasted on him. All this guy actually needs is HP and speed. Anything else would be resistance and defense, but they're kind of by the by. The main thing that you're looking for is HP and speed. Now, obviously a 6-star would be glorious for just about any champion in this game. I don't think for a support-based, you know, healer, team lifeline style champ, I don't think 5 stars is going to make the world of difference. So for a lot of people, if you can just meet the gear threshold anyway, I think 5-star soul is not entirely worth your time, especially for 1500 points. Let's be real. What's it going to take to get 1500 points? There are easily, in the next 2 weeks and 5 days, there's easily going to be 2, 3, maybe even 4 summoning style events. And that's just going to absolutely rinse you of any shards you've got saved up ahead of the next fusion. Plarium know what they're doing. They kind of do this every time. 1500 points, I think it's too much. If you are someone that buys shards and you've got a ton of resources, then maybe this is for you. But I would also argue, if you're in that position, a Donatello 5-star probably isn't going to change your account. You've probably got other champs that can already fit the role, or maybe you can just get the gear anyway. So I always look at milestone 5 of these events and think, you know what, it's not really for me. I would rather save my resources so I am not just always on the back foot. I definitely don't want to buy shards. I absolutely hate buying shards. I think we all kind of do. So for me personally, I'm almost going to entirely avoid this final page. But let's look at some other really good things that are in here. The obvious choice is going to be the relics. We get milestone 2, we get the St. Xavier's tribute. Milestone 4, we get the last laugh. So let's quickly jump over there and just have a look at what they are actually doing. Right, the last laugh. Wearer has a 30% chance to activate a delay effect when receiving fatal damage on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, this bumps up quite a lot, so you're kind of giving yourself a get out of jail free card. It actually is very similar to Donny's passive anyway, which is kind of cool. All delay essentially is like a dodge. If you've done the event dungeon, you'll notice that Shredder does it. If you hit him harder than 20% of his max HP, the next hit just kind of doesn't do anything. He sort of shifts in and out of purple, and your hit essentially does nothing. That's a pretty cool relic. In fact, I quite like that, and for me personally, that's probably what I'm going to aim for as my max threshold of what I'm willing to get in this event. And then the other one, the St. Xavier's tribute, Wearer has a 15% chance of placing a veil on themselves for 1 turn at the end of their turn, and the chance increases by 5% for each 15% HP lost. This is another kind of potential kind of get out of jail free card style relic. I see a lot of application, but I think when I first thought of it, I thought, oh, maybe this champ would use it, maybe that champ. And with stats like attack, accuracy, and crit damage, they're obviously channeling it into a kind of DPS. And I don't know, at the end of the day, it gives you gem slots, and we can't really go wrong with gem slots. So I do think the relics are good, and that's personally what I will be farming for. But like with all of these, the rewards along the way are good. They're essentially just freebies. You're going to be playing anyway, so you're going to pick up some free stuff along the way. If I was going to be going for any soul for Donny, I would probably go for the 3-star and call it quits there. I think at the end of the day, you'll get HP and you'll get defense. Both of those will be very strong for him. There's some energy along the way. There's some resources. There's nothing particularly special about this event, and I think that is a good thing. Now, like I say, all this actually is here for is to sap away your resources ahead of the next fusion. So maybe just pick your events, see what you can do. Obviously, we've got champ training starting tomorrow. I believe that today we have got the event dungeon. We do. We've got Shredder's Wrath. And then tomorrow we've got a turn attack on the Ice Golem. Just be careful, because at the end of the day, this is a second fusion for the same fusion champion. I personally don't think high rewards are worth it this time, so a lot of it's going to be a bit of a pass for me. I know I was lucky and got my 5-star soul for Donny already from a soulstone, but he was doing just fine without it. He's not going to appear in every single one of my teams, even though I'm really, really glad I've got him. So yeah, very brief video today. Just always watch out for the inevitable traps and don't get sucked into it, because you'll just be so burned out by the time the next fusion comes along, and hopefully you won't actually have to spend any money to get it done, because if we can avoid spending money in this game, that is always a positive. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.